Class, we're on lesson 12-5, which, as you can probably tell in pictures, is working with money. So it's solving word problems that involve money for 12-5. Now you'll notice some of the problems we can solve by using actual money. So if you're ever stuck, you can ask your parents, hey, can I borrow $6, $12, whatever it is, to solve it. Your parents might say no. So you're also going to do an example where we don't use the money. So let's begin with number 1. Write a fraction decimal, describe how the quantities are related. So here we see a dime, and a dime is 1/10 of a dollar, which is equal to 1/10. Remember, since it's money, we don't just put 1/10. Since it's a dime, we have to put that 0 after it. So let's begin. We have 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 dimes, which is 3/10 of a dollar. And then that would be 0.30 or 3/10 or 30 cents. And we do want to put that dollar sign since we're using a decimal with money. Number 2, write a fraction decimal to describe how the quantities are related. Well, you see a penny is 1/100th of a dollar, which means we would need 100 of these. We'd need 100 pennies. And then how we write that decimal is just 1/100th. So here we have 1, 2, 3 pennies. So that's 3/10 of a dollar, which is the same as 3 pennies or 3/100ths. For number 3 now, use bills and coins to solve. Marcus has $15. He buys a movie ticket for $11.25. How much money does Marcus have? Well, what's nice is they're actually showing us here $15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 4 quarters is our $15. So let's use the money first. He spent 11, so this one's gone and this one's gone. And then he spent 25 cents. So there's our 11.25. So how much does he have left? He has $1, $2, $3. And then we see he has 25, 50, 75 cents. So he has $3.75 left, which means he has enough to get absolutely nothing from the concession stand, because we all know how expensive movies are. Number 4, a new jacket costs $65.56, and a new scarf costs $23.21. If Sarah buys both, how much will she spend? Well, remember, what we're doing here is we are adding. Now, we could draw, like we did with our others, the money, but hopefully you figured out now what we've talked about in class is place value is important for everything. So if we line up our place value, or we line up, as we've always said, with decimals, we line those decimals up, our place values are already in line. So we can just add them together. And remember, when we add decimals, we just bring that decimal straight down. So we have $88.77. Much faster, much easier than drawing our coins and our bills. Now, just to check, because we should always check our work, we're going to estimate. This is about 70, this is about 20, 70 plus 20 is 90. Our answer should be about 90. And look, 88 is really close to 90, so I'm pretty sure our answer is correct. Let's do number 5 now. Carlos spends $14.38 on equipment. How much change should Carlos receive if he gives the clerk $20? So he has $20, and he's giving the clerk $14.38. That's how much he's paying. So that's a subtraction problem. He's losing it. So again, we line up those decimals and bring that decimal straight down. And we have to regroup. So that's going to be a 1, that'll be a 10. Regroup, that'll be a 10, and now it's a 9. Regroup, and now we're good to go. 2, 6 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 5, or 9 minus 4 is 5. So he's going to have $5.62 left. On to our next page. Let me drag that down here. Leo went to lunch with his parents. The bill was $17.85. Complete the table so 2 different combinations of coins and bills that can represent $17.85. Well, let's start with this one right here. So coins and bills. So I'm going to say first, let's just work on place values. So he's going to have a $10 bill. And then he's going to have 7 $1 bills. And then we'll just say, to keep it simple, he's going to have 8 dimes. And I see I already made a mistake, so let me fix that. Not 7 $7 bills. There's no such thing as that. 7 $1 bills. And then our last one, he's going to have 5 pennies. Now it says it wants our value, so we have to say how much that is. So a $10 bill is worth obviously $10. 7 $1 bills is worth $7. Notice I'm still lining that decimal up because it's going to make it much easier when I add them. 8 dimes is 80 cents, and 5 pennies is 5 hundredths, or 5 cents. Add that up, and yes, it does equal that. Now, it wants a completely different one. So let's do it this way instead. Let's do 3 $5 bills, which is going to be $15. Then we need to go from 15 to 17. So what might that look like? Well, that's going to be 2 $1 bills, which would be $2. Now we need to get 85 cents. Well, let's do 3 quarters because that's going to be 75. And we didn't use quarters in our last one. So that's going to be 75 cents. And now I need to see, how do we get from 75 to 85? Well, that can be 1 dime. For this one, there's many answers. But as long as you get $17.85 after adding them all up, you did perfect. Our next one, Kenya. I'm assuming the person, not the country, purchases a new music player for $109.78. She pays with 6 $20 bills. Show how you would estimate how much change Kenya should receive. Well, 6 $20 bills is what? 6 $20 bills whoa, I don't know what that was. That was a Z. Is 6 times 20 equals $120. $109, whoa, I had that decimal in the wrong spot, is about, because remember it says estimate, $110. 120 minus 110 is $10. So how much will she have? So she should receive about $10 in change. Your parents do this all the time when they go to the store. They're estimating if they use cash because they want to make sure they get the right amount back. The clerk, the store might forget to give them all their change. They might honestly not be good at math. It's happened several times. So that's why you always want to check. Now for number 8, Marco paid $12 for 3 jump ropes. If each jump rope costs the same amount, how much does 1 jump rope cost? Write and solve an equation. Well, we have a large number, 12, and we're breaking up into 3 equal groups. So what is that? When we go from something large to small equal groups, that's division. So we need to write and solve an equation. So we're doing 12 divided by 3 equals a question mark. And remember, 4th grade, we don't use question marks. We use a letter. That letter means the exact same as a question mark, that mystery. So we're just going to put J for jump rope. So how much does one cost? So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So J equals 4. 1 jump rope costs $4. Jiang has a collection of 3,788 toy building bricks. He used 1,229 bricks to build a city. About how many bricks does Jiang have left? Explain how you estimate it. So again, we have our keyword of explain. And we have our keyword of about, which if we forgot is telling us right here, is estimate. So we don't want the exact answer. So let's look for some friendly numbers. So I rounded, or I estimated 1,229 to the nearest hundred. And actually, we're going to round both of them to the nearest hundred. So we'll put them all in the same sentence. And 3,788 to the nearest hundred. 1,229 becomes what? Becomes 1,000. Actually, we're just going to go straight to writing our equation. We're almost to 5th grade, so we can head straight there because we explained it well. So that's going to be 3,800 minus 1,200 equals 2,600. So how many bricks will we have left? About 2,600. Now, you may have got a different answer for yours. You may have said, well, this is about 4,000. This is about 1,000. 4,000 minus 1,000 is 3,000. Notice, no matter how you estimate, if your estimation is good, it's still going to be close. So as long as your answer is around 2,600, you probably did it correct. Number 10. Edward bought 7 concert tickets for himself and 6 friends. So that's where the 7 comes from. 6 friends plus Edward. And it cost $168. Each friend paid Edward back for his or her ticket. If one of Edward's friends gave him a $50 bill, how much change should Edward return? So the first thing we have to do is we have to figure out how much one ticket cost. So again, we're going from something large, $168, being split up into 7 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how much does one cost? Well, that's 168 divided by 7. And oh, I was like, I made a mistake. There it goes. So our answer is 24. Is it? So remember, that's just how much one ticket cost. So if someone gives him $50, he doesn't get to keep all that extra. He has to give them some change back. So it costs 24, so he's going to have to give them $26 worth of change. And again, this is why you want to know your math, because if Edward's bad at math and you do that, you will probably be getting the wrong amount back, and you wouldn't know if you don't check or estimate yourself. Rajiv bought a skateboard for $37.74. How much change should Rajiv receive if he gave the cashier $40? Draw or use coins to solve. Now, this one, since it's multiple choice, if it was on your SPEC, it wouldn't know if you drew coins or not. So we're going to just line up those decimals like we've been practicing and subtract. So do I see that for an answer? I do. It's all the way at the top, number A, or letter A. Genevieve, I hope I said that right, bought a catcher's mitt for $30.73 and a bat for $19.17. How much did he spend? Draw or use bills and coins to solve. Again, since this was your SBAC, because your Common Core assessments are like your SBAC test, it doesn't know if you're going to draw or use coins. So we're just going to stack them up. And since we're buying them, there's no change being given, we're buying them, we have to find out how much it's going to cost. So we add them together. And then do we see that answer anywhere? We do. We see it on letter C. That's it, you guys. Now you can add money and subtract money in word problems.